Hold on to your butts. These are the Squashbuckler Diaries. Welcome back. My name is Guy Hasson, and you are listening to the Squashbuckler Diaries podcast, the podcast about Joy Shelley, the girl who lives in dreams. By the way, I'm feeling much better. Voice is not 100% perfect, but it's good enough to do the show. And to tell you about Joy Shelley. You know, we follow Joy Shelley in a dream. We follow her life. We follow her life very slowly from birth to death. She's a future heroine. She lives in a dream. She's going to have tons of adventures. She has tons of adventures when she grows up, but, you know, she's protected by her father's dreams, which doesn't always work, especially when he's gone, but it's not going to protect her for long once she finds out who she is and what she is. Anyway, we are not there today. Today we are learning who she is. What is it like to grow up in the dream, to grow up fighting villains every day? And, you know, it's just a piece of life, just another day with a father-daughter moment while defeating bad guys. Also, based on real life, but we're going to talk about that after the episode. So for now, let's begin. Episode 138, Being a Villain. Joy's age 5.5, told by the Red Dragon. The evil king was defeated and handcuffed, waiting to be led by Dragonlil and Dragonfather into the infinite prison in the belly of Bonny's revenge. But Dragonfather was in no hurry to go back to the ship. He walked around the big room and then sat down on the king's throne, one leg over the side. "This is nice," he said. "Want to try?" Dragonlil, now 5.5 years old, shook her head. Dragonfather perked up. "Why not?" He gave her a sly smile. "Don't you think sometimes you'd like to be a villain?" "No." "Why not?" "If I was a villain, I'd slap myself silly." Dragonfather chuckled. "You'd slap yourself silly?" "I'd slap myself silly." He looked at her for a short while, then nodded. "Absolutely right. We don't want that." He jumped out of the throne. "Let's go, O king, to our infinite prison. Come along quietly, or we'll have to slap you silly." And they led the king back to the ship. Told by the Red Dragon. Hashtags Joy, Justin, being a villain. So before I tell you how this came to be, just one mention. If you don't know, the infinite prison is... They live on a flying pirate ship called Bonny's Revenge, and next to Joy's cabin is a stairway that leads down and into an infinite corridor where they basically created an infinite prison. They think it's infinite. We don't really know because it's infinite. How would you know? And where they put the bad guys. And most of the bad guys, the top bad guys, stay, even though her father wakes up and almost everything disappears. Usually the top villains stay. Why? Good question. Listen, maybe you'll find out. This, as I keep telling you, this thing is written for my kids. It is based on my kids. It is written for my kids. I have 3 daughters. All of them are part, Joy's a part of all of them. Joy is, just, she's like a mesh of the 3, and also of me a bit. And one day, I asked my daughter, talking about being a stuck-up person or something, and would she like to be stuck up? And she said, no. If I was stuck up, I'd slap myself silly. And I said to her, first of all, that was funny, and I wrote it down in our journal, but also I thought that would be great for Joy. She's not tempted by being a villain. She fights villains every day, and she knows what villains are, and she knows who she is. She's the person who catches them. Anyway, she'd slap herself silly. So now, well, not now, 7 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, when Joy's full life from birth to death is filled and full, and we are covering her entire life, and her entire life is an album of my kids and I, we will go back and look at this and remember our own life together through this fantasy. So aside from being a big fantasy and a big adventure, a big epic adventure that we haven't even started yet, big things gonna happen when she turns 6. The big adventure is going to be in the books. The life of Joy Shelley is in the Squashbuckler Diaries, which also has some adventures, as we'll soon find out. But it's also an album. And that's the way it is. Come back tomorrow for the next episode called The Middle of the Fight. And now, the credits. The Squashbuckler Diaries are written and read by me, Guy Hasson. All the tags mentioned in this story are searchable at the website. You can find all the stories there in written form and, in fact, 150 Squashbuckler Diaries more. The Squashbuckler Diaries is the diary of Joy Shelley, the girl who lives in dreams. She'll be called the Forgotten Girl by her father. She'll be a true heroine. She'll change the world. This project shows her entire life from birth to death. Check out the website at guyhasson.com. That's GUYHASSON.com. I've been an author and playwright for more than 30 years, and this is the first time I've used the guyhasson.com website, because The Girl in the Dream is my life project. If you have questions, if you want to comment, please do. You can comment at the website or email me at guyhasson@gmail.com. That's GUYHASSON @gmail.com. The theme music is called Brass Gentleman and is created by Thomas Howardek. My name is Guy Hasson, and this is my life project. Come back tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow for more.